Well, praise God and welcome to the Leon Home of Light. Today we are covering 1 Corinthians chapter 5. And it's my hope, chapter 4, I don't know what was to me really. Just didn't seem that much meat on meat all the bone. But it looks like this one does have more meat. It talks about, the rules of fellowship. Okay, so get ready. We're going to go ahead and, since it is a total of 13 verses, this is short. We're going to go ahead and cover just a few verses from this. I'm actually shocked at how short this chapter is. Verse 7, we're going to start with verse 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I first read that, starting to mature as a Christian, I did not understand that. But then we go into modern Revelation, modern Scripture, Doctrine and Covenants, chapter 43, verse 11 says, "Purge ye out the iniquity which is among you. Sanctify yourselves before me." So it's kind of a process of sanctification. I can understand why Paul was using the leaven, unleavened thing. He was trying to use, hey, we can apply the atonement to our lives, but we have to get rid of the sin and iniquity that's in our lives. Okay, verse 8. "Therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth." Well, we're going to have to divide this, obviously. Let us keep the feast. Now, it's no-brainer what he's talking about. He's talking about, in some ways, Passover, but more like maybe regarding the sacrament. He's asking us, no doubt, in code, to take the sacrament worthiness, worldly. Cutting out the malice and, the iniquity and being sincere. Verse 9. "I write unto you in an epistle, not to company with fornicators, Now, I'm going to say this, and I agree with the church on this. A lot of modern Christianity don't see the difference between fornication and adultery. But let's divide this, okay? Based on what we know by modern revelation, which I consider President Spencer W. Kimball's book, The Miracle of Forgiveness, regardless of some people's approach towards it. I know some of the ideas are a bit archaic to some people. I myself don't have that much of a problem with it because, well, personal history, and that's as far as I want to go. But the one thing he says that makes sense to me in that book is there's a difference between fornication and adultery. Both are just as evil. Fornication is sexual relations between a couple that is single, okay? Adultery is when, one or both are having sexual relations outside of marriage. So, you see, that's a pretty obvious thing to look at. But, I know I was talking to my friend Brad back in 2002. And I give him the name Brad, even though he's passed away, because, well, we disagreed about some aspects of my spiritual progression. And he said fornication and adultery are the same things. And there might have been a time that I would have agreed. But then I think to myself, why will the Lord separate those? Because it's obvious that He has. It's obvious that He has. The Lord set things in order as to what are some minor sins and what are grave sins. But that's not the point. The point is, both fornication and adultery are all serious sins. They have serious consequences. Verse 10, yet not altogether with the fornicators of this world, or with the covetous, or extortioners. Now, notice there's a footnote under extortioners, and under Greek, swindlers, robbers. Interesting. Or the idolaters. For them must ye needs go out of the world. Verse 11. But now I have written unto you not to keep company if any man that is called a brother be a fornicator, or covetous, or an adulterer, or a railer, or a drunkard, or an extortioner. With such an one, no, not to eat. Now, I gotta be honest with you. Verse 11 is a bit confusing, and I don't like very much to really turn to modern or other translations, but I will. I'm going to go over to the Messianic Bible. Verse 11. But as it is, I wrote to you not to associate with anyone who is called a brother. Okay, I think here, yeah. Okay, a railer is a slanderer. That's what that is. I mean, I love the King James as much as in any of us here. But sometimes it wouldn't hurt to use the modern revelation and modern translation in order to understand it a little bit more. For what have I to do to judge them that are without? Them that are outside of the faith, Do not ye judge them that are within. That's a lot. That's a lot to think about. That's a lot to think about. And so, you're probably thinking, that's some rather strong 10 minutes, but it's worth it. Now, I hope you enjoy listening to Leon on the Light. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of the Leon on the Light family. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, remember who you are. Read the scriptures and preach the gospel. God bless each and every one of you. God bless you.